Roo! Wild Pack! It's Mama Bear Bernadette. And for those that are joining us from all of the pagan, Wiccan, witch, druid, and other inclusive communities, blessed be, merry meet. I am so happy to see you here. And oh my gosh, I already have goosebumps. I may even already start to cry because we are doing a special fundraiser for one of my most dearest and nearest animal sanctuaries that I work a lot with, Mystic Jungle, here in Florida. They got hit by a tornado this past Saturday, and y'all, it's a small sanctuary, so money is always tight with them, and they estimate there was $20,000 to $30,000 worth of damage. The good news of that is every single critter, all their lions, all their tigers, I'm the bear that goes there, so I'm the bear, oh my, and all of the other animals were safe. All the humans are safe. We can't even believe it. Because if you saw the damage to these pens, you'd be like, oh my God, what happened to the animals? So thank you so much for, Tyrion, how are you, honey? It's good to see you. And I see a whole bunch of names that I recognize. So thank you for showing up. When I'm turning my head this way, my computer is over here, my camera's over here. I'm trying to be a real YouTuber, you guys. So, so help a sister out. But anyway, I also want to thank, just again, thank you all for showing up tonight. Let me kind of explain how this works. Normally my live readings are free, and I get to as many people as I can in the time allotted. But this time, if you want a reading, it's $10 for 5 minutes. You can do it through the super chat. I am asking you, even if you want to donate, like, it doesn't matter how much you donate. You could donate. We had yesterday, oh, by the way, y'all, just for those of you that are showing up again that don't know yet, that were here yesterday, we raised $750 in 2 hours, and I couldn't believe it. There were donations through the super chat. Then people pinged me on Facebook afterwards, and they texted me, and they're like, oh my gosh, and they sent PayPal and they sent checks. It was just amazing. So what I didn't do yesterday that I am asking y'all to do today is this. If you donate $100, that's fine. I will do 5 minutes times 100, you know, whatever it is for $100, 50 minutes, right? Oh my God, I'm so bad at math. I can talk to dead people, but my math sucks. So all of that said, but I'll ask not to do it tonight. I want to keep each reading to 5 minutes, and then I'll schedule your individual time at a later date. It'll have to be after the weekend, but I will get to everybody next week. And I will tell you that I've been reading for 30 years, and I have a pretty large clientele. My rates are $150 an hour. So if you want to donate $100, I'll even give you that extra bump of that extra 10 minutes, and we'll do an hour, a full hour with you. So because Deborah, are you talking about my earrings? Thank you so much. It's my favorite pair of earrings. I put them on every time I'm like, ooh, we're going to be super psychic, super everything tonight. I put them on and they really juice me up. So thank you. So just so you know, 100% of the money that you donate goes to Mystic Jungle. I eat all the PayPal fees. I eat all the YouTube fees, all the super chat fees, and 100% of that passes along. And again, for those of you that don't know me, I'm huge into raising money for animal charities, especially those that have been hit hard. It's what I do, right? And this past December, their Mosiso Farms in Kentucky, they had all those horrible, like they were in the worst part of the hurricanes, but for some reason the hurricane passed bloop right over them, never touched a hair on their sanctuary. They've got like 85 or 100 farm animals. No exotics, but farm animals. And we were able to raise $3,000 for them in 1 week, because what happened was, since they were the only ones that weren't touched, people were just dropping off injured animals they would find. They were bringing food for others. People were picking up food. They became like the de facto center point for everything within like a 60 or 70 mile radius. And they just worked so hard. So anyway, we are going to get started right now. And can I explain Super Chat? So Kathleen McDonald, there should be, I don't know what kind of device you're on, but you should be able to just donate. You should see a button, Super Chat, and just Teapot might be able to explain it better. And so let me introduce Teapot to you. So Teapot is, she's an amazing moderator, but she's a better friend, and I'm so grateful to always have her as my moderator. She's so welcoming. She answers questions like that. She'll hook you up if y'all have a question please ask Teapot, because as I'm talking to you, I'm going into like super Spidey sense mode. And I am going to read from my own deck. For those of you all that haven't heard of it, it's the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. It's an animal-based deck, but it is based on the Rider-Waite system, but you'll notice every card. I don't know. My camera freaks out every time I put up my cards. I don't know what it is, y'all. Okay, we're back. So, so I'll read from these cards. I'll flip some cards, but don't be surprised if we talk less about the card and less about the animal and what I'm receiving psychically, because that's how I got my start as an evidential psychic medium. And that's really, as much as I love my own tarot deck, my own oracle deck, and I love the animals, that's how I read. So, Teapot, I haven't really been looking. Do we have any donations yet? I'm trying to scroll back. And Teapot, if you will keep track of everybody and just send that to me on Facebook like we did the other day, that'd be awesome. So again, I want to say that normally my readings are free, but for tonight and for tomorrow, I'm also on live tomorrow at 11:30 to 1:30. They are $10 for 5 minutes. And while we wait, Peggy Hall, I'm going to answer your question. It doesn't take a psychic medium to tell you if you'll ever be happy. If you choose to be, yes, you will. And I know that might sound like a very flip answer, but I'm telling you, happiness oftentimes is a choice. You just gotta look through all the BS and all the everything shattering all around you and just go, you know what? I'm choosing to be happy. So there you go. No link for donation. Okay, so do you see the super chat, Charlene? Charlene Lazaruk Lawrence? You should see that for super chat. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do while we're waiting on donations. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to flip a card for everybody that's on the chat right now, no matter what your question is. I'm setting the intention that whatever card, whatever animal comes out is the card and the animal that everyone can benefit from learning about, from seeing, from experiencing. And it would be, yes, thank you, right bottom corner. Okay. So I'm setting that intention. And we're getting a storm where I live in Florida right now. And when we get storms, it does something to my brain, and it puts me in of course it is. I'm guessing. Hey Lisa, hey y'all. Hey to everybody that I already know. Thank you for showing. Gypsy Nana, hey. And don't be offended if I miss you, because the chat's going like bloop 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 so fast. And oh, Mary Margaret Spooner is here. Please don't be offended if I don't say hi to you personally. Some of these people have been with me a long time. And oh, hey Natalia. And so they are, I know them, but I want to get to know every one of you. But I know from looking at the names, a lot of you are from probably like Witchcraft and Witches, which Facebook page. This is my page that that Tanya Poss, who has, I have a spell for that. We call it Spell for That. That's her page. I know a bunch of you all are from there. And so, so I think it's kind of funny that the Raven and the Magic Circle, there's 149 cards in my deck. 149. Bloop, this one plops out. So let me explain the Magician. So this is for everybody. This just tells me, Sue, thank you so much. Thank you, Sue. And oh gosh, please don't let me murder your last name. Indrambaria. I feel kind of good about the way I'm pronouncing that. Indrambaria. God, I hope it's right. Okay, so for those of you that don't follow like a pagan or a Wiccan or witch path, ravens in the Magic Circle are extremely important to many in that community. And the Magician is every time, almost, I would go out on a limb and I would say 95% of the time that I'm reading for somebody that's in that community, Raven or crow will come out, or owl. That's another one that always comes out. But the magician, y'all, let me explain this card to you. Let me explain you. So here's what the magician means for everybody every time I read for it. If you look at the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card of the magician, what you'll see is that he's doing like kind of a John Travolta pose. He's got one hand up in the air. He's got one hand and one finger pointed down at the earth. And in the, again, pagan Wiccan witch community, maybe even in the Druid community, we talk about drawing down the moon. Some people work with drawing down the sun, that kind of thing. But really what it is allowing yourself to be a conduit for the power that you can draw down from anywhere. It's like literally like plugging your finger into an electrical socket, but it won't kill you, right? Okay. And I always encourage people when this card comes to them, y'all, we have a really good time on my channel. I did stand-up comedy for 4 years. Nobody loves to crack a joke and tell it, hear a joke and laugh more than I do, right? I'm the jolly lady. But there are some things that are super serious. And for all of the, hey, Nikki, hey, honey, how are you? Thank you. I will tell you that this is a serious card, not in a negative way, but in a really big way. So any of you out there that are feeling insecure, if you're having any fear of any kind, if you're depressed, if you are, and I'm not a medical professional, so please don't think I'm dispensing medical advice, because I'm not. This is all metaphysical in nature, right? And for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that. So, you are the magician. You have the magic inside of you and outside of you. Your entire skin is a sensory organ. Your epidermis is one of the most psychic things that you have. It's one of the most magical things that you have. What it can feel, what it can do, what you can. It's crazy, y'all. And then you talk about the power that you already have inside that you may not know that you have, or you've forgotten that you have. Please, please, please work with the magic. Please, please, please work with the magician. And please, please, please work with ravens, because I could go on through tomorrow about what ravens have meant to many, many societies all across the world. And there are some societies that think of them as a negative or devilish omen. I'm going to call BS on that. They are some of the most hilarious and friendly birds out there. They have, I think, was it ravens? Ravens and crows? I think I read about a year ago a study that was able to prove that ravens and crows are as smart as a 3 and 4 year old human child. Imagine that. Who knew? We all that love animals did. But this message is for everybody out there. And I am just, I beg you to work with that energy. And I'm going to pull for those of you just joining us and don't know me. Everybody calls me Mama Bear. My name is Bernadette King. Some of you, I had a lady call my office today. I said, "This is Bernadette." She said, "Like the Bernadette that made the ark?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she didn't associate anyway, it was really hilarious. But, I am the creator and publisher of the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck and my new book that's out. And I am going to get a link for you guys if I'll stop fumbling around here. My website, whatismyspiritanimal.com. If you're looking for spirit animal information for free, it is there on that site. And I'm going to plop the Raven article in here. It's really in depth and full of a lot of information, so you guys can read that article. And hopefully that will help you get closer to that particular animal ally. So I just put the link in the bottom, y'all, and I'm sure everybody's got a tarot deck or book or something, but I describe the tarot cards very differently. And so I'm going to plop you the article from my other website, Building Beautiful Souls, and that'll give you some information. Maybe you want to click on it today or something like that. So let me know, without further ado, let me get back to the folks that have purchased a reading. And remember, you guys, 100% of this goes to goes to Mystic Jungle. And, oh, that's the other thing I'm going to do. Sorry. I know I'm blabbing. But I hope you're talking about the card that just came out for everybody, because it's no joke. And I think it's... I love my job. I love the way Spirit works. What are the odds out of 449 cards that the card that would be arguably the most, important to the community, it comes out? That just cracks me up. But I want to share with you guys Mystic Jungle's Facebook page, because you can see a video of the damage, and they actually went kind of light on their not showing all the damage. They didn't want everybody to think they were like, gonna go out of business or something. But there it is. There's their Facebook page. You can check that out. So I'm gonna scroll back up here. Okay, so Sue. All right. I assume if anybody's on my channel, they want a real reading and they don't want me to blow smoke. And if you do, I'm not the psychic medium tarot reader for you, because I do not believe in censorship. And the last thing that I'm going to censor in my lifetime is going to be spirit. That's not going to happen. And that's not happening. I know better than that. So pardon me. I'm from the South. We drink out of mason jars here because we're classy like that. But it is a reusable straw. So, Sue, I'm going to set the intention for you, because every reading needs an intention set, or you're just kind of, shooting in absolutely nothing. So the intention that I'm setting for you, Sue Indrambaria, man, I hope that's how to pronounce your name. I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the chat, and Sue, if you can answer me, Nikki Anderson, I love you. Can I get an amen? Amen. I love it. So, Facebook user, tonight the readings are $10 for 5 minutes, and it is 100% of the proceeds go to benefit Mystic Jungle. And so I want to get back to Miss Indrambaria, yes. I don't know. I feel the minute I said your name and stepped into your energy, I heard the word teacher. And so I'm wondering if you teach. I'm wondering if you're a teacher of sorts, any kind of thing that you teach. And not like, oh, I teach my children, or, I teach whatever, but it's like a literal formal kind of thing that you've taught in a formal setting, i.e., there was an organized group, whether they paid for it or not, or they paid, that kind of thing. And so, yes, thank you, Lillian. And so, okay, y'all, a bunch of you are asking for the link to donate. You can donate through, all right, so let's do it this way. You can donate through Super Chat. If you want to just send to my PayPal, I'm putting it in here. It's Bernadette at Building Beautiful Souls. Or if you click on the Mystic Jungle Facebook page, I just put it in there again. They have a donate button. We're gonna go on the honor system. You just tell me how much you donated, and that's what I'll give you. So let me, Sue Indrambaria, I want to go ahead and turn on your timer to keep it fair to everybody. I do this. And so, if you could find your way to answer me about the teaching thing, that would be great. Your time starts now. So, okay. Sue, honey, that's a formal thing. It's homeschooling your sons, and that makes you a teacher. So, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that I have done no joke, y'all, I've done over 65,000 readings in my career so far. And even I do it when I go to readings. I'm like, no, that's not accurate. And then my friend or my sister will go, what are you talking about? So, yeah, okay. So, Sue, I'm in your energy because you are a formal teacher, and homeschooling your sons, that lets me know I'm in your energy, which is very interesting because the capybara card came out for you, and that's in the Moms and Family Pack in the ARC deck. And if you'll notice, it's this very sweet capybara nursing her 2 children. So, all I'm saying, hey, Shilpi, how are you? So, all of that said, let me just say this. It is really an honor to step in your energy. You really do have the energy of a capybara. I believe that yeah, and y'all, when I say I think, I'm not passing an opinion. It's the information I'm getting from spirit. I have no doubt that you've got a backbone like no joke when the time comes for it. But other than that, you really are just as kind and compassionate, and you're just really a good person. So it's really an honorgy. And I'm not even drinking. Oh, don't I wish? It's not even, it's just all in your energetic imprint. So it's really an honor to step into that. So I'm going to step out of the space now that I know for sure I'm in your energy. Okay, listen, sister. What I say, ravens and owls for the Wiccan pagan, unbelievable. And yet it's believable. So this is from the friends, family, and lovers part of the deck. And this is from the moms and babies part of the deck. So, and if you notice, this is the sweetest card ever. Just, kiss, kiss. And however you interpret it, it could be friends kissing, it could be lovers kissing, it could be partners kissing, you could be kissing, a parent, a grandparent, or whatever. And so I feel like you've got something going with family at this moment. Who doesn't, right? But I just don't detect any drama. It's almost like everything is joyous and everything is... Here's what else I keep hearing. Hold on. I'll give you extra time. Mary Delos Rios. If you know, Rachel Delos Rios. Okay, you guys must be related, or you wouldn't call her dumb. So, okay, there we go. Well, hold on. With family, there is drama. I hear you when you say that. I do. Or I see you when you write that, which is why all of these family and children and, this whole thing, it's all about family for you right now, obviously. And I hear you when you say there's drama. But I keep hearing there's really not drama. It's actually more settled than she thinks. And that the hump that you all are getting over, once you come down from that like boom, boom, once you're down to the boom, it's smoother sailing than it ever has been. And the joy is more than it ever has been. And it really is as simple as kiss and make up. It really is as simple as that. And for whatever reason, you're supposed to be the kind of the conduit for it. So all of that said, I just can't tell you enough. It cannot be overstated. It's more settled than you think. It's more a done deal than you think. It's more positive than you think. Whoa. So, and I'm going to go a couple extra minutes because I've interrupted your reading a couple of times. So, all that being said, I will also say this. When I read... Yeah, but here's the thing. You may not have to be the one that does the kiss and makes up, but the point is that what Spirit's trying to get across to you is the answer is really simple. It's not as complicated as you think. And even if it is the other party's fault, this whole thing will get settled faster. I just can't express it enough. It will get settled faster than you think. So, I would encourage you that the other thing that I was going to say is this. you know, I read for a lot of people every week. And so I would guesstimate probably half of the people that book a reading with me would love, they always say, I would love to do what you do. And I'm like, run away. But if you're not already a professional reader, then oh, you're hilarious. I like you. Um, I will tell you that if you're not already a professional reader, I wonder why you're not. And that's not something I say very often, but it is something that a lot of people want to hear. And I, yeah, I wonder why. So if you're not and you've ever thought about it, I would really encourage you to follow that. You'd be an extraordinarily fine reader if you're not already. And so, yeah, exactly. You've been told you have that gift. Everybody is psychic. Every living thing is psychic. That's science. That's not my opinion. That is science. Even how trees through their root systems talk to each other and plants warn each other, and it all falls under the psychic purview, right? You don't have to have one of the turbans on and be going boogity, 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 boogity to be psychic, right? Um, and so it is a gift if you consider that it's a really cool thing for all living things to have that. And then there are varying degrees of how like sensitive that people are. I happen to be a triple Scorpio, which, you know, dooms me in psychic land already from the jump. And then I come from an extremely long line of straight out of Russian, like Ukraine, that whole gypsy kind of Jewish mysticy kind of thing. We can trace our lineage back. It's I won't go into the whole thing, but your heritage has something to do with it. Your zodiac sign has something to do with it. And then that's nature. And, you know, did you grow up with it? And then there's nurture. Did you grow up with it? Was it available to you? Have you been studying? Have you been exercising, you know, the muscle? So all of that said, Sue, I'll scar to you, girl. I'll scarred because you're a Scorpio and you are a double Turian. I'm running away right now. But there's the thing. So I really hope that helped you. Teapot, I hope you've been keeping track. Oh, good. Thank goodness, because all right, so I'm moving on. So Nikki Anderson, okay, there we go. All right, so Nikki, I'm going to flip a couple cards for you. I know why you put the 777 in there, so Julie, that the hundred that you donated, what is A-OK? I don't know what that means. And then Teapot, it looked like some other people. And Lillian Banks, I'll get to you right after Nikki. And then Julie, is that a U.S. currency or is it a different currency? A-OK. I don't even know what that is. Ah, you saw that card sticking out. Hold on, let me move my monitor a little more so you guys can see what's going on here. So, Nikki the Fox. Nikki the Fox, which, oh, by the way, happens to be the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, you know, he's on his horse, he goes charging in. And some people read wands as air energy and swords as fire energy. And some people read them vice versa. The suit of wands is the fire energy and swords is the air energy. Personally, unless I am told different from spirit, I read wands as an air energy. And I think of swords as more fiery. That said, I feel like, okay, so Nikki and I are kind of buddies on Facebook, right? I am a super transparent psychic. And we talk back and forth every now and again, but for the last maybe like 4, 5, 6 months, we haven't really talked at all. She's been busy, I've been busy. And I literally we just reconnected today to be like, oh, how are you? So and so on. And so I know her to be a communicator, and that's the air, the air energy, the suit of wands. It's about the communication. But Nikki, I got to tell you, the fox that's coming in for you it surprises me because I already think of you as wise, like a wise old fox. Not that you're old, obviously, because you're a goddess, you are, girl. And I think of you as that, but I don't know that you know how far that goes. So what that means is, oh Lord, y'all, I'm also the crying psychic. If people don't cry in my readings, I cry in my readings. Somebody boohoo's in my readings. So today of all days, something happened today, Nikki. This is what I'm hearing. If you can corroborate this so I know I'm in your energy. Something happened today where you need to be reminded of how smart you are and how not even smart. This is about wisdom. You need to be reminded of wisdom today, and that you actually you're so good at tapping into your ancient Nikki's, like all the Nikki's that have ever been, and going into the Akashic records and just really being able to look at people in their past and their you know what I'm talking about? It's that feeling. And today of all days, you've got to be reminded of that you literally are the wise old fox, and that your communication, I think you it's almost like you've got an obsession in the last months of, I've got to get this out there. I've got to get this out there. I've got to tell people. I've got to tell people. I've got to, almost like you got a witness. Like, can I get a witness? Right? It's like that, and you should do that. You're on a path that you are, like, you've thought of that you wanted to go on. There's a certain degree of success or kind of pinnacle apex that you've wanted to reach. And it's almost like you haven't dared to tell a living soul, well, okay, except for maybe your cats, right? About this is your dream, because it wouldn't make sense to you. Thank you. Cry, Nikki, cry, get it out. So what I'm saying is you've got to get to know yourself better. And then you've got to trust yourself more. It's really just that simple. And if for some reason you are having a tough time trusting yourself in this life, connect with a Nikki of a past life, and or even a future life, and see if that's the Nikki that you can put your faith in, because that Nikki is still part of you, it's in your DNA, right? It's in your genetic coding, and even your future. I can't prove this, okay? This is what I believe about futures. You can prove kind of sort of past lives because of the hereditary DNA thing. Okay, you can't really, but you guys see where I'm going with this. I'm a big science nerd, so I like to be able to prove woo-woo with science at every possible opportunity. And so you could trust in that, Nikki, right? And then I would tell you that I would not have guessed this about you. Personally, I wouldn't have guessed this, but what I'm hearing from Spirit is leadership freaks you out. Even though you've been the leader of a lot of groups, of a lot of this, leadership freaks you out at the level you want to go to. So, oh, neat. I get a notice on my phone. So get over it. So there's the advice, girl. There's the Mama Bear advice. That's all the psychic stuff. That's all the tarot stuff, the spirit animal stuff. Get over it. Be a leader. Do your communication, be wildly successful, and come to Florida and we will party, because we like to party. Bump, bump. We like to party. All right. I am going now to Lillian Banks. Is that the name of a character in Mary Poppins? I don't know why. It strikes me as a name. Teapot, could you please put an April Esterly on for donating $10? April Esterly donated $10. I got a notice on my PayPal. All right, Lillian Banks, I hope you're still here. Oh, April Harder. You guys, thank you so much for your donations today. Thank you so much. April, I don't know if you were here. You're drinking now. Rock on. Let me say, April D. Harder, I hope that you were here earlier. I'm keeping everybody's readings, no matter how much you donate, to 5 minutes, and then I will set a time with you for next week to just do a one-on-one and give you the rest of your messages, because I want to keep it where everybody can get a reading. And when we did this fundraiser yesterday, holy guacamole, there was no way I could get to everybody at one time. So I hope you don't mind. I hope that's okay. And Yeah, I hope that's okay. So, Lillian Banks, I really hope you. Oh, I see you. Okay, yay, Lillian Banks. Christina, what, girl? Christina, are you still in? Are you? Y'all are back. Oh, you have to be back by now from Italy. Wow. Second mama, me. I'm going next time with y'all to Italy. I'm telling you now. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, baby doll. Tell mommy I said hey. All right. So Lillian Banks. Okay. Excellent. Back from Italy. I hope you brought me some pasta. Okay. Or a hot guy. Italian men. Delray Beach. Stacy Berenstein Ortiz. You're right across the street from me, girl. I mean, I'm in little old Gainesville, Florida. Okay, so all right, Lillian, I'm in your energy, I believe. And as I said earlier, I really hope that you all are okay with me giving real readings. Now, I'm never going to sell you out, and I'm not going to embarrass you, and I'm not going to air your most sensitive trigger laundry to the world. I might ask you to message me privately so I could pass something on like that. But Lillian, could you confirm for me? Hey, Sheila, you like the new cam setup, right? The lights, my bookshelf in the back. I really liked it. So, all that said, Lillian, I feel like you're going through a downtime, maybe sad, maybe a little bit depressed, maybe feeling like you're, I just feel this weight on my chest, and I feel like it's pushing me back. Like if I was trying to move forward and somebody put their hand out on my chest, and it's not a hard shove, but it's just walking me backwards. And the more backwards I go, the more disempowered I feel. Can you tell me, hey, thank you so much. So can you confirm that I'm in your energy, Lillian, and that's right? Thanks, y'all. Because I got a lot of energy coming at me, and I am hoping that I'm doing a good job of staying in one person's energy. Okay, there we go. All right, your health has taken a turn. Is it chest related, Lillian? Because I feel that hand on my chest and like a pressure. Ah. Okay, Angie. I hope she's watching. All right, Christina. I'll get to mommy and you in a minute. Oh my gosh. Y'all saw this card just come right out of the deck. Lillian, honey, let me tell you something. White buffalo, it's really a bison. I won't go into the whole story of why the Native Americans call it a white buffalo. Because technically it's a bison. Buffalo come from Asia. Bison are American. But this is the Ace of Pentacles. It is one of the most magical, angelic tidings of good fortune. Tidings. Okay. All right, Lillian. So yeah, I'm right. It's in the chest area. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Honey, it's going to turn back around. Like, turn my health around. And spine. Okay. And when I was going to start doing a more song parody to turn the beat around, I heard, turn your health around, get a better doctor. There's something, I don't like your doctor. It's not that I dislike this person. I just think that you could have a stronger choice, somebody that could help you more. So I wonder if you already have that feeling, or you've already been looking for a second doctor or something, but I feel hinky about this doctor. I don't really know, but like what's going on, but I'm like, it's not the perfect fit, especially for your health. However, having said that, let me just say this. Okay, this card is no joke. This card is all about the everything that you could ever possibly want. And now you've got all of, anytime you have, so let me just preface what I'm about to say, which I didn't make up this symbolism, but the color white is like for eons, for tens of thousands of years, has been associated with the angelic realms, right? Which I'm not even going to go into the whole, that I understand why once upon a time when people didn't understand things, they might have seen that, that is the light. And then, black cats get such a bad rap because they're black and they're supposed to be from the devil. And oh my God, that drives me up a wall. But it the facts are the facts, and symbolism, I can't change an entire millennia or two of symbolism. And so anytime you see a white animal like the great spirit bears, polar bears, white peacocks are a huge deal when people see them, even axolotls, right? So I I this is going to sound hokey, but I promise it's not. You really are surrounded by divine energy at this moment. I kind of want to say angels, but when I'm about to say angelic energy, I literally am seeing in my psychic eye this beautiful white bison, buffalo, with angel wings on. And so I'm wondering if you get a lot of energy or joy or love from animals, there's something about this with you and animals that transcends what even the average person who loves animals is. And I would really encourage you to start working with white buffalo energy, not buffalo, white bison. And read up, if you're not familiar with it, read up on the story of the white buffalo calf woman and her story of regeneration, her story of healing. And I really think it will inspire you. So, I, I also feel, so I, I'm feeling like through your medical journey, there have been plenty of spots along the way that you could feel in your spidey senses, like literally on your skin, that things were not right. This was not a right diagnosis. This doesn't sound right. That's wrong on paperwork. They didn't get everything put together. And then you would see a sign of some kind, and that would steer you in the right direction to make a better choice, a stronger choice, make a move. And you're really being called to do that again, meaning whatever is going on with you at this moment. Okay, great. You have good communication with the hawks. All right, excellent, Lillian. So I would encourage you to work with that. You may consider hawk a spirit animal, a totem animal, a power animal, whatever. You may consider hawk, the whole Megillah for you. But I would really encourage you to work with that energy and ask them to show up in the times that you most need a sign of which way to go and yes or no. Because I feel now like everything's speeding up, and there are decisions that you have to make, and you've got to make them quickly, and your doctors need you to make them quickly. There's something that has sped up this healing process for you, and you're going to want to work with them so that you don't zig when you are supposed to zag, because that's going to be very critical to you within the next maybe I don't know, month. It seems like there's some kind of bigger event that's going to be happening in a month. So I hope that is helpful. I really hope that is helpful. And I am going to look on my little list here in Facebook. Thank you all very much for your kindness. I truly appreciate it. Okay, the Julie that donated 100 something, I saw 100 A-OK. I don't know if you were just saying, hey, everything is A-OK, or if you were saying, if that's right. So I don't know that. So could you just let me know? Because if it was $100 American dollars, then I'll give you 5 minutes today, but I'm going to need to, um, I'm going to need to know that so that we can give you 5 minutes now. And then, as I said, people that are booking the longer readings, I have to give you your extra time on another day, just person to person. We'll do a phone call, FaceTime, Skype, Zoom, smoke signals. It doesn't matter. That's what we'll do. And I'll get you your, hey, Stephine. Oh my God. Oh, Lillian, you're publishing your book in a month. There's the big event. Listen, let me tell you something, sister. Congratulations for you and your, okay, gotcha. Thank you, Teapot. Congratulations to you. And honey, you could not get a better, stronger, more powerful card that's going to tell you how that publishing thing is going to go. So you've got to get your neck and spine taken care of, because you've got to be, listen, when people are applauding you, you got to be like walking down the runway. You got to be able to swing that head, girl, left and right, because there you go. Trust me, as a book publisher, as a tarot publisher, and if I may, I'm not bragging, but I want to say, when the Animal Tarot and Oracle deck came out 2 years ago, it swept every single tarot award, product of the year with the Cover Coalition of Visionary Retailers, with the International Tarot Foundation. It was product of the year. It won gold in tarot. I was gold in, first time aspiring author, blah, 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 blah. And it was one of the best sellers of the year. And I published the dang thing myself, which is very hard, by the way. So there you go. Good for you. Good for you, Lillian. Rock on with your bad self. I love it. Okay. All right. So it's almost $10. All right. Let me get back to this. And okay, Julie. All right. The Julie that has the AOK currency. Your currency is AOK with me. All right. Here we go. Julie, let me take a second, disconnect from Lillian's energy. Julie. Julie, I feel like you love to laugh. You just love, love, love to laugh. And I just got the giggles. Now, let me just say that 2 weeks ago I got to giggling with somebody, and come to find out they were doing a little hooch over where they were, and they just had gotten to laughing, and they lit up before they had their reading. And for whatever reason, it struck them as hilarious. So I'm not really sure what's going on over your way, but it just makes me giggle. And I love that energy. Oh, I probably need to start your time, don't I? And so the energy that I'm going in with, also, I feel like with all of your giggles and all of your joking, I feel like you're super into the study of magic or metaphysics, or you want to be like super duper duper into it. And so can you please confirm that? I need to know I'm in the right energy. So Julie MT, I recognize you from before. Hey, I'm not, y'all, I can't remember these names. I'm trying to hang out in the other world. And so, are you Julie MT? I know you, meaning you've been with me a long time, and I'm so glad to see you here. Are you the 100 AOK lady? I don't think so. Oh, I guess you are. I'm losing my mind, y'all. I'm losing my dang mind. You try to study. Okay. Gypsy Nana, thank you so much. Thank you. You're so generous. So generous. Okay. So Julie, okay, you see these cards? Y'all, these cards are just flipping out. What's really interesting is Lillian, that I just read, has a deep connection to Hawk, and now so does Julie. There is just something. Julie, what does this have to do with you? It's another ace card. It's the Ace of Swords. Okay, interesting. Julie, there's something, and I feel like this might be job related, but I just feel like you are making yourself do something you don't want to do at this time in your life. Now, we all do things we don't want to do. I've gained an unbelievable amount of weight in the last year. For those of you out there that are working through autoimmune issues, I'm your poster child. Truly, I am. I don't have just one. I got a number of them, and they're all the worst ones. So I'm working through that, right? So between the meds and blah, 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 poor Bernadette, I put on a bunch of weight, right? And I'm doing things I don't want to do. I don't want to stick to a calorie count. I don't want to stick to the things they're telling me I have to eat. I don't. I hate it, but I'm doing it. So it's like that. It's really like that with you. There's something that you're involved with, that you're doing that you don't like. I want to tell you that Angel Heart, hey girl. I really want to tell you that you don't have to do that. There's something about, hey Tracy Ann, there's something about this that you just, I don't know if you got, Julie, I don't know if you've ever seen a bird of prey hunt. It breaks my heart. It really does. But it's difficult to not admire their valor, their courage, their absolute unwavering focus, and that they just take what they want. Now, I'm not suggesting that you take what you want and leave, scorched earth in your path. But I am Sylvie. Hey, but I will tell you that you've got to get focused. You've got to get focused, and you've got to get aggressive. And I'm hearing aggressive in the way that it really means aggressive, not confident, not just a little forward, but aggressive. And you'll know, you're the only one that will know what that means right now. The other, boy, this is crazy. So, Julie, for those of you just joining me, welcome. I'm Mama Bear, Bernadette King, but most people call me Mama Bear. And if you don't know me, there are words and phrases that just irk me, and inner child is one of them, just because it's so overused, just like absolutely 100%. Those are the big catchphrases. Those are the big catchphrases right now, and they irk me to no end. But all I can see right now is you as a hawk feeding the younger you. Kind of weird, I know, but I'm just feeling like there really is an inner child thing that you're either working on or you've got to work on. You've got to work on it. And when you do that and you reconnect with things that just make you happy for no doggone good reason other than they make you happy, it's like everything that's bothering you, that's going askew, that's, it's just going to fall away. It's just going to shed right, bloop, 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 and fall down just like dominoes. And that's all you need. Now, that sounds kind of simple, but in fact, for you at this moment in time, it's really not that simple. However, the Ace of Swords is powerful. It is fire energy. It cuts through all the BS. It's like a magic wand in a way, and extends your own internal power. So I would encourage you that if you don't have a wand,
most chefs I know, or even really, people who are super into cooking, they're like, don't touch my knives. Those are my knives. Mine, my precious. Ah. Because my sister about stabbed me with one of her knives one day, and I was like, oh my God, okay. And then I came to learn what knives mean to chefs and, people that are really into that kind of thing. And I never touched anybody's knife again. But I know that sounds super offbeat, like find a favorite knife and, work with that energy. But you might have an athame or, something like that. I don't know. But I hope that's helpful. I've got to move on. Julie, it's good to see you. You guys, all of you all that have been... oh my God, Mystic Jungle. Jungle Jamie, is that you? Or is it Vera? Vera, is it you or is it Jungle Jamie? You guys, somebody from Mystic Jungle is on. Please, please, please send them all the love, but all the money that you possibly can, because they need it. They need it, need it, need it. If you haven't seen their video on that Facebook page, check it out, right? They're everybody there is lucky to be alive. Tornado. It's, hey Vera! Yay! Y'all, please everybody send lots of love to Vera. She and her husband Mark Chapples and Vera Chapples, they are the ones that began Mystic Jungle Sanctuary. It began with one tiger, and then it's grown and it's grown and it's grown. I have seen many rescue rehabs. I've seen many sanctuaries. I've seen many zoos, from the big, the big corporate zoos all the way down to the mom and pop zoo. And you'd be very hard pressed to find people who do more for their animals, that sacrifice more for those animals. I'm gonna get all choked up. Than Vera and Mark and their I guess you call her head keeper Jamie, and they are going through it, y'all. So please donate generously. It's only $10 for 5 minutes. Yesterday we raised $750. Today we're clipping along pretty good, and we want to keep it going. So, alrighty. All right. So Julie, and then Blue Lotus, you donated directly to Mystic Jungle. Okay, great. So Vera, you're gonna see some donations come in tonight, where people are having a little bit of a challenge finding the link on the super chat to date. On the super chat, they couldn't find the button or whatever, so I just sent them to y'all's page. Oh no. So y'all, Vera writes, I need some healing vibes. Got a few of my babies that have been calling out for me and won't eat unless I comfort them. So Mystic Jungle has a fair number of big cats, and they've got some Black Panthers, Black Jaguars, oh lordy. What are your own babies, Vera? Put what are they? I'm drawing a total blank. That's because I'm in super psychic land. I can't really think in the real world. But she's hey Monique. She's the only one that can get near these cats. They love her. They really do think of her as mama. And these are cats. They're not the biggest cats there, but they're the most ferocious cats there. I would go in a cage with their ginormous tiger Spike any day of the week and twice on Sunday. If the son Robert was there, I would go in with their two brother lions that are just the most hilarious things you ever saw. They have a they've got a couple of other cats that I commune with on a regular basis, and one of them is named Shrek, and he is just chock full of personality and spitting fire, and I just love him. So, because he crawls up in my lap and he'll purr in my lap. Well, thank you, Black Leopards. Thank you. What was I thinking? So, there you go. All right. So moving on, I'm getting into Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus, I'm getting into your energy. Well, hello, Ula Bushart from Germany. Send me some cheese. You guys do great cheese and great beer. Really good beer. Beer. I used to be able to drink it. So Blue Lotus, I hope you're still here. Truly I do. And if you've got to go, like if you can't hang out and, for the whole time, just just tell Teapot, my amazing, amazing moderator, Teapot, in the chat, and she'll take your name down, and you can email me, Bernadette at whatismyspiritanimal.com, Bernadette at whatismyspiritanimal.com, and I can arrange your personal time. But Blue Lotus, yay. Okay, so thank you, Stephine. Y'all congratulate Stephine. She just got engaged. She's going to be a married lady. Okay, so I know your name is Blue Lotus, and certainly that could make someone think of water. But when my body starts to do this, I know that person is either a water sign in either their rising sign or their major sign, or they've got a lot of water placement in the significant houses, or they live near water, or they grew up near water, or they want to live near water. So what is it with you, Blue Lotus? What's the story with you and water? So I know I'm in your energy, because I'm even going to say slurring my words, because I feel like I'm turning into water. I feel like I'm turning into water. So you have a lot of Scorpio. Okay, there you go. That would make good sense. That's really okay. Do you want to live near water, or do you live near water, Blue Lotus? Man, I know what it's like to love water, y'all. I grew up in Florida. If I wasn't at the beach, I would even go into a kiddie wading pool, and that would make me happy for a moment. Okay, see this? Oh. Hey, Colleen, welcome. All right, Blue Lotus. Here we go. Let's chat. Let me put your time on. Lion, the strength card. Very interesting. We were just talking to... Okay, there we go. You live near a nature reserve, and you would love to live near water. Right, got it. Okay, that's why I'm feeling the water. Okay, so let me just say this. I don't do a lot of predictions. They're not my favorite kind of reading. I'll do them if I have to, but they're not my favorite kind of reading. But when a prediction comes in, I know that I know that I know that I know that I know it's accurate. And what I'm not saying is I'm right. It's not about me being right. It's about me being an open vessel for spirit, from the spirit animals, the animal allies, the angels, the Pleiadians. God, Goddess, all that is, the universal energy, myself. I'm not rightly for sure where I get all of this information. If I'm ever convinced I know that I know, I'll let everybody know. But today, all I know is I set my intentions that only good energies can come through me, only positive energies can come through me, even if there's a little bit of an inflamed or emotionally charged message that has to come through. It always comes through with love and compassion. And how can I help, right? Oh, thank you, Sylvie. Thank you so much. Okay. So it is Blue Lotus. I'd love to live there. Where did she say? Oh, a nature preserve. Who wouldn't, right? Okay. So all of that said, when my body feels like that, the prediction is you're going to live near water sooner than you think. Way sooner than you think. And I don't mean like you're going to move where there's a pool. I mean like there's going to be a river or an ocean or even just kind of a big creek. You're going to live there sooner. Oh, serious? Okay. Okay. So I think it's really interesting that Vera of Mystic Jungle, who we're doing this fundraising for, is on. And we're talking about big cats. And out of 149 cards, poof, the lion card, the strength cards comes out. Now, here's what I think this has to do with you. I love my job. I'm so grateful every day in every way. I can't imagine doing or being anything else. Honestly, I can't. I feel... Hey, Georgie. So this is Georgie the pirate cat. If he ever turns around, you'll see his eye. I adopted him. He has a wonky eye. Hi, Georgie. Come on, honey. Lay down. And by the way, he's a black cat. You know why? Because it's a fallacy that black cats are cursed or dangerous. That's a bunch of baloney. I know you guys know that. So all of that said, yep, see, there's his bad eye. I adopted him that way. So getting back to your reading, you're such a peacemaker. Even with all that Scorpio in your chart, you are just such a this kind of person. And not because you have the name Blue Lotus, right? That could mean a million things. But just because that's who you are, who you strive to be, and you're doing a great job of it. Problematically, you're not. Let's say that you, Georgie, I'm sure that is not your most flattering shot. Come on, dude. You're killing me. You're killing me, Larry. Oh my God, Chris Richardson. Hey, honey. I feel like, let's say you ascribe to the phrase love wins. There are a lot of different kinds of love. Sometimes if you love somebody so much, you've got to tell them the hard things, or you've got to make the hard choices so that they can be in a better place, so that they can heal, so that they can learn, so that they can grow. And I feel like you've got a little bit of a tough time with that. But right now, this moment in your life, this chunk of time in your life, right, is critical that you study the Strength card, because it can look like she's forcing the Lion into submission. It's not that at all. The Lion loves her so much that it's the whole love wins. If you notice his tail is tucked up, under his legs, that is never a good sign for a cat, right? It's definitely not a good sign it's not a good sign for any animal. But, remember, these cards were made a long time ago, and, they didn't have the emotional connotation that they might have today. So it doesn't have to be like all that. You don't have to hurt anybody. All right, honey, come on, snuggle up like you always do. You don't have to hurt anybody. You don't have to be ugly to anybody. You don't have to force anybody to do anything, but you have to be the Lady of Strength, and you've got to tame the lion in whatever way that is. Now, what I would say is, I feel like there is, hey, produce aisle. That's funny. He does see the red dot. I will tell you that I feel like some of this is for you as well. I feel like you have some, and we all do, so I'm not calling you out, right? Triple Scorpio, can you possibly fathom how many demons I've had to overcome? Are you joking me right now? So I feel like you've got some demons that could really use some tending to. And so I feel like you being the Lady of Strength in this card, taming this lion, is internal and it is external. What's interesting, I think, for you is I keep hearing highly educated academia. And so, so Blue Lotus, are you in college, in higher learning? Do you teach? Are you in college? Are you out of college, but maybe went like master's or PhD? Or if it wasn't in an education like that, you've studied Reiki for like 1,000 years and you're like, starting to look like one of the old Asian masters from like the 1800s that were really, could levitate and all that stuff. There's just something hey, Keith, there's just something very much about you and higher education, higher learning, being an expert, something like that. And that's, you've got to use every resource you have to okay, you did study Reiki. Yeah, there's something about that higher learning education. And again, it doesn't have to be, like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be like a formal college. I would tell you that I would really encourage you then to go back to school for Reiki. If you didn't go through, and y'all, I'm not talking about Reiki like, I took a 5-hour class online. That's no. You see my face? No. That's, don't waste your money and don't waste your time. And please don't do it and go out and tell everybody you're a Reiki master, Reiki level, whatever, if you've been taking classes over the damn internet with, you've got to be able to practice with actual people right there. Now, having said that, let me say this. Reiki can be done at a distance. That is a fact. So you have to determine the level that, but just be careful. Anyway, so I hope that you, I know, right? Colleen, hey honey, you make a very good point. I pull the lion card, and here comes Georgie. And we were just talking about black cats, and here comes Georgie. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Totally hope that was helpful. And I just love your energy. And when you get your house near the water, or your apartment, or whatever it is, I don't know if you have a tiny home or you want a tiny home, one of those homes that you just drive around in, but I kind of see you in a tiny home. But anyway, I hope that was helpful, darling, and I am going to move on. Thank you all so much for your donations. Holy guacamole. Holy, I got to get with the program here. April Esterly. Please tell me you're still here. April Esterly. April Esterly. April Esterly. Haha! You might get a tiny home. But tell me, were you thinking about getting a tiny home before I mentioned it? Or now you're thinking about getting a tiny home? I really think you've already halfway there to the sale. Hey, Cheryl Targaryen. I know, cat butt. I don't know what he's doing. There, okay, he's simmered down now. Okay. And if you knock over my tea like you did yesterday, I'm gonna make a rug out of you. So, April Esterly, please tell me you're still here. April Esterly. Ah! Right. That's why they call it being psychic. So Blue Lotus says you don't see her in the chat. She was thinking about a tiny house and living in a cabin. So good. And so, okay, great. Alesco Graphics, April, you're still here. Excellent. Yeah, I see you in a tiny home near the water somewhere. Totally do. So there we go. Let me take another sip. Oh, I'm sorry, Georgie. I'm sorry, honey. Let me take another sip of tea. I mixed this orange tea with black tea, English breakfast tea. It's so delicious. Okay, so April Esterly, let me step into your energy. Whoa. April, I feel like I need to know if this is correct, because this is about to be a real power punch kind of reading. Not in a negative way, but you've got some big stuff going on. And I feel like I want to do this. And I want to tell you that Spirit is telling you, wash your hands of them. Wash your hands of that. Wash your hands of them. Just do that and go on about your merry business. And what that means is, Sheila Wood, if you're asking me if I'm live right now, yes, I am. This is not a playback. Thank you, Lorianne Innes, about the earrings. Thank you so much. They're my favorite pair. There's something you've got to wash your hands of. Poof, 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 poof. And that's the biggest message. Sorry, Georgie. I need my phone, honey. I need the timer. Listen, Haas, you're not getting any extra comfort by sitting on my phone. All right, I'm starting your time now. So April Esterly, I hope that makes sense to you. And I'm going to move on with flipping cards, but it's almost like I see you with a kind of a checklist. Like, wash my hands of that, check. Wash my hands of that person, check. Wash my hands, check, 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 check. And the next thing you know, you're home free. Now, for those of you that are just joining me, welcome. We're doing a fundraiser for Mystic Jungle. It's $10 for 5 minutes. Normally my readings are free. Next week I'll be back to doing only free readings. And when I work with Spirit, I ask Spirit to give me the exact wording that will register with the person that I'm reading. So when I said you're home free, I feel like that's a really powerful statement for you, because being home free means you're in a little bit of a bind or even a big bind at the moment, and you're not panicking, but you are super worried that you might go under, or things are going to go south, or the shiitake mushrooms are going to hit the fan, right? But you are going to be home free, but only if you wash your hands of that person, those people, that situation, those situations. It has to be a conscious extracting yourself with the jaws of life and get gone, right? So I'm looking on the chat for you. I really hope this is making sense to you. So I'm going to go on and I'm going to pull some cards. I know, Stephine, right? Okay. I'm reading April Esterly. Now, having said that, Lemon Pop, I'm reading for April Esterly right now. So, all of that said, let me just say this. Spirit works. Ooh, April Esterly! This is so cool! Chris Richardson, I love it. So, anytime a solid psychic medium tarot reader reads, and it's for a group, right? The messages that are gotten are going to be for a lot of different people. Like I've been to platform medium and platform psychic, services and whatnot, hundreds of them in my lifetime. And I'll be sitting there and they'll be talking to somebody clear across the room, and I'll be like, oh my God, every single solitary word knocked me. Whap, whap, whap. Truth, truth. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's this. Oh my God. And I'm super cynical. I am triple Scorpio, cynical as can be. I am not easily swayed. I don't just go, like if you've ever been to one of those shows and people are like, that's for me, that's for me, that's for me, that's for me, because they so desperately want a reading. I'm not that person. So when it works like that, yeah, Kim Dennis, you're like, what you said sure hit with me. Just don't think because, that's, y'all, if you hear a weird noise, Sylvie, that's my chubby Chihuahua. My Hops, remember Princess Hops? She's half terrier, half Chihuahua, and all pot-bellied pig. So I just don't say, oh, this is not for me, because I'm not reading for you specifically. Now, here's what I will tell you. April Esterly, I feel like there's something that you want to do that would be really good for lots and lots of people. Lots and lots and lots of people. And so I don't know if it's that you think you can't, there's no way you could achieve that, or whatever it is, but you're wrong. You are so capable of this. And here's who is supporting you at this time. Ladybug. What else do they mean but good fortune and, everything successful? That's what ladybugs mean. Now, how I equate ladybugs is obviously like that, but I see them as the connect the dots animal. So let's say you want to do something. You've got to connect the dots of how to get it done. You might start here, but maybe you move this way and you're like, okay, that's not working. Maybe you move this way and that's not working. But then you turn around and you're like, oh, there's another dot that I can jump to. It's like playing that kid's game, connect the dots. And if you'll just connect the dots, but mostly what you've got to do is wash your hands of that which no longer serves and is holding you back. And whatever this big dream, this big thing is you would like to do, I'm being told from the animal allies, you'll never be you will never be as fulfilled or as truly joyous as you could be if you would pursue that. And let's say something happens where you never achieve the pinnacle, the apex. So what? You did everything else, and every little step along the way, every time you connect another dot, I just want to smile, and I feel like it's a winter night and I'm drinking warm cocoa and I'm all cocooned and homey and comfy. And that's how it's going to make you feel inside. It's just going to make you feel beautiful. And I don't know that you've felt beautiful in a while in a lot of different ways. So, Ladybug energy, work with that energy. Please read everything you can about Ladybug. Ask the ladybugs to come to you, and you are going to do great. Okay. Linda Friedman, thank you so much for your generosity. I see a PayPal from you. Linda, thank you. All right. So let me move on. Okay. Now, April Harder. I'm going to do April Harder. I hope you're still here. I'm going to do 5 minutes with you, and then we'll have to connect, and I'll schedule you for the other what would that be? $50, 5 minutes. Oh my God, I'm terrible. Oh, half an hour, right? Yeah, it'd be half an hour, right? Somebody figure that out for me, please. But anyway, I love you, Linda. I gotta come over, girl. I gotta come out to the land of blinged out golf carts. That cracks me up every time. April, yay. Okay, you're still here. Excellent. Okay, y'all, give me 2 seconds. I got to pour some water into my mason jar. Out of my what? Out of my jug of water. Because thank God I'm a country girl. Y'all, you should have seen me as a kid. Crazy, super psychic, and sensitive. All up in the deep south. I fit into this place like a square peg fits in a round hole. They love me now, though. Okay, Georgie. Quit nipping me. Cranky old man. All right. So these cards, when I was shuffling, they came out together. So I'm wondering, April Harder, are you having... Holy cow. Your name is Hart-er. I was just going to ask you, are you having some affair of the heart hurt or concern? There's something about love. There's something about heck to the yes. Oh shucks. There's something going on. There's something that's going on with you, with romance, with the subject of love, with a person. Hey, Cherry B. Got it. Okay. I see. Okay, so that's your affair of the heart. Okay, listen. Honey, let me tell you. Restless. Okay. The first card we're going to talk about is the manatee, the 5 of Cups. And I was going to ask you who ran over you with a boat. Not to bring up anything negative, but we have a real hard time here in Florida keeping manatees safe. I won't get started on Big Sugar that has killed 50% of the manatee population in Florida waters this year. 50%. Because of the crap they're allowed to dump in the rivers. True story. Look it up. But we also have a problem with boats not seeing the manatees or not slowing down for them, and so they drive right over them and just cause every old kind of mayhem. So when I see the 5 of Cups, as we know, that card is like, it's about loss. It's about really trying to find your better times ahead. Anytime you're dealing with a 5 in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you know it's going to be drama. And you know it's not the most, the happiest cards in the deck. But, into every life a little rain must fall, right? So now we know it was your mom, and I'm really sorry that she did that, because when I hear about moms betraying, whoever they betrayed, or they're not taking care of them, or they're being janky or whatever, it just sends me, because the only reason that I'm in this world of woo-woo is my mom was killed in 1997, and there's a whole long story that goes after that. But had she not, had her soul not chosen to exit the earth at that time and go like she did, I'd still be working in the entertainment business. I managed child and young adult actors in Hollywood for about 1.5 years, and so I'd still be doing that, right? I'd be cranky, I'd be bitter, and probably an alcoholic, but I'd be doing it. But anyway, here's the good news, honey. So the warthog is the Two of Cups, and when you take a look, so you've gotten 2 cup suit cards all at one time, and cups are the emotions cards. They hold the liquid, they hold the water. They're the water element. Water is all about the deep dive into the emotions. So I know that crazy, deep emotions are running deep, and they're running high, and they're running, that kind of thing. I will tell you that this card is the Two of Cups is supposed to be like the perfect harmony, the most sacred union. That's not what you're experiencing right now. But this card is also, the people are like, why would you choose a warthog to be on such a romantic, loving, whether it's family, whether it's, a partner, whether it's self-love, why would you choose warthogs? Because the truest love loves warts and all, if you guys have ever heard that euphemism. And so the second thing is, I didn't choose the animals to be on the cards. We looked through over 60,000 images, because the images that you see on my cards, other than like obviously the prehistoric and the fantasy animals, are real animals that came from real pictures taken by real humans. And that's why they have this crazy, amazing energy, is we're talking about real animals that you're communing with, that you're connecting with, right? So there's something about this where, though she betrayed you, if you choose to love her, you won't be forced. You don't have to be forced to do anything, right? My tagline is stay wild. I'm not into anything that takes away people's freedom. That's not my jam. So if you decide to continue to love her, or want to love her, or whatever, you'll be in the position where you have to decide to love her, warts and all. However, having said this, let me also tell you what I'm hearing. April, are you moving? Like, are you a... Cherry, you missed Don Yoda. You can find Don Yoda on Facebook now. He has taken up Facebook quite regularly, and there he is. So, April Esterly, can you identify, are you moving physically, or are you moving jobs? Are you moving relationships? There's when my body lists to the left, I know that someone's making a move. I feel like there's some panic around this move. You got to push through it. It's going to be one of the best things that ever happened to you. Now, I feel like it's going to be drama for your mama llama at the very beginning. And you're going to be like, that old heifer, psychic heifer, told me this was going to be great. And this sucks. Just give it a little time. I'm telling you, it's going to work out. It's going to be awesome. Even if you're just like ready to chew thumbtacks at the beginning of it. So, April Esterly, you're working with Warthog, the Two of Cups, and you're working with Manatee, which is the Five of Cups. Look up everything you can about them. You guys can go to my sites. whatismyspiritanimal.com, buildingbeautifulsouls.com. For those of you that are pagan Wiccan witch, listen, we don't care. It's not like you got to show your pagan Wiccan witch druid card at the door, but on my other site, witchcraftandwitches.com, there is a forum on there. I set up a forum. Some of the biggest Facebook pages that have Facebook pages like The Cauldron, Celtic Witch, and then of course Tanya Poss of my sister girl, Tanya Poss of Spell for That. They all have their own forums on there. because we're all very tired of the censorship of some of the social media platforms. We've all had about enough. So they asked me to set up forums, and I told you all I was a science geek. I'm a tech geek too. So I set it up, and you can go there. So you would go to witchcraftandwitches.com/forums, or you can find lots of information. There's like, right now, I think we've got 580 pages of free articles about all kinds of witchcraft and spell work and magic and that kind of thing. And on what is my spirit animal, that's for people really into shamanism and into spirit totem and power animals and working with nature-based earth energies. And then Building Beautiful Souls is all about angels and numerology and tarot. And, it's anyway, so check them all out. They're all free. And I love it, April. So I hope April Harder, I hope that, no, that was for April Esterly. April Harder, I'm getting right to you. I hope that was helpful, April Esterly. And now I'm going to move on to actually, oh no, that was for April Harder because we were talking about the heart. Sorry, I got them mixed up. Okay, now I'm moving on to Christina Watt. Oh wow, Christina and Mom, you guys both donated. Thank you so much for your generosity. Y'all, this will go a long way. These folks are really in Lort, is all I can say. All right, sorry guys, give me 1 second. I still am feeling that I gotta wash this off my hands. So give me just a second, please, to put some water on a napkin, because if I don't do it and break that energy, I'm gonna be doing this all night like I've got some kind of something going on. Okay, Christina Watt, you are up next. So Christina, so in fairness, you guys, I know Christina Watt and her mom, Angie Mayo, very well. They are just both, they're sisters. They are soul sisters. I would take a bullet for either one of them. And so I know a lot about them. So when I read for them, I have to go to a very different place so that they get an organic reading and not just based off of what I know about them. And so, Georgie, what are you doing? Come on now, get off my keyboard. Yes, got it. I'm with you, April. I hope that was very helpful. Okay, listen up, y'all. Is somebody out there doing some spell work right now, and they have their magic cat, they have their black cat or one kind of cat around them? Somebody's working some spell work right now. I know that to be true and you've got some kind of cat near you, because as long as I've had Georgie, he's never done what he's doing now. Never. And he is responding to that energy. Okay. I'll get them all in. Don't you worry, Stephine. And if not, I'll fit you in tomorrow or something. All right. Christina, I'm in that separate place. All right, Christina, these are real readings, so I hope I'm not giving any information that's going to freak your mom out, because I'll have to hear about it. All right. Y'all, I just want to thank you so much. The energy that's pinging off of this group is, man, you guys are something. I love all of you guys so much, and I'm so grateful for the donations, and so grateful that you guys want to come to the readings and find out the information to help you make your life better, to help you heal, to inspire you, to motivate you, to support you. Because even if you personally are not getting a reading, you will be able to take away messages from today. You absolutely will. Okay, Christina, I'm just going to straight up pull cards for you because I know too much about you, and if I work with the cards only, then I can be sure it's a clean reading. Holy guacamole. I would never have chosen this card for you if I were just choosing. But it's the Seven of Pentacles, which is the bunny rabbit. And it's the reap what you sow card. In the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's definitely how would I describe this to you, really? In the reaping what you sow, people use that term so often in a negative way. Well, you reap what you sow. You're darn skippy I do. I planted the best cash crop on the planet. I had the good luck of good weather. I was able to keep it disease free. And now I'm taking my big giant load of watermelons and I'm going to sell them for a gajillion dollars at market. You're darn tootin'. I repped what I sowed. I can't even say that like that without laughing. So I don't know. I feel like since the last time you and I talked, Christina, Lord, I hope you're still here. I feel like you've done a major shift in deciding that you're just going to move more toward what you really want, what your heart is calling you to do. And you've started to take steps to do that. And those steps that you're taking are planting seeds that you may not know for a couple years or maybe even 3 years. And let me tell you why I say that. Today I got a ping on Facebook from a client, and she said, 2 years ago, you read for my friend, whatever her friend's name is, and she came away from the reading. She said, well, most of it was accurate, but she told me I was going to have another baby. That ain't happening. Guess who's pregnant? That friend. So again, it's not I'm right. It's I'm very grateful that I was an open vessel, an open conduit for Spirit to deliver the message, because along with the message were some other things that went along with that pregnancy, and that those messages are holding her in good stead. So this is that same kind of thing, Christina. You are doing some... Is Dawn here? Dawn? Yoda Dawn? What? So all I'm saying is, whatever seeds you're planting, whatever garden you are taking care of at the moment, your cash crop may be 3 years out, but it will be so worth the trek. It will be so worth the climb. It will be so worth it. You are going to hit a stride where you couldn't possibly imagine being any happier. You just couldn't possibly imagine it. And so that is, he did hear us. Dawn, people were asking for you earlier, and I told them, go on Facebook, that you become quite the Facebook aficionado. Oh, yay! Okay, so you went back to spare. Okay. Okay, great. All right, so you went back to therapy, and your boyfriend is finally moving in. Excellent work. Okay. So everything that you're doing is working, and every step you're taking is like you're laying out these seeds that honestly would germinate. That's the other one. Honestly, blah, 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 blah. Anytime, I don't even know why I said that. Why am I saying that? I can't possibly fall into that trap, because every time somebody says that to me, honestly, but I go, no, stop. I want you to lie to me. I assume everything that people say is honest until I can't assume that anymore. But anyway, okay, so having that, let me say this. That's very interesting that you said you went back to therapy, because here was the moon card. And the moon card in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot is about, it's about so many things that could be illusion, it could be a bit dark. And owl, as a spirit totem and power animal, is the animal that allows us the courage to see into the darkness. And that might be other people's darkness. It might be a situation's darkness, and it might be our own darkness. So you already have decided, you have already decided, okay, let me guys just tell you this. Whoever this game horrors, game hours. It looked like game horrors to me, because it's want to become famous by followers, primes, and blah, blah, blah. That's spam. Y'all, my people are never, ever going to do crap like that. And no one is ever, ever, ever going to hit you up for a reading. We just don't work that way. So please be aware there are a lot of scammers. Although really those are the first ones that are on tonight. So there you go. So I will tell you, Christina, you're doing such a great job. And I don't know what made you decide to go back into therapy, but I feel like it's potentially the best move you've ever made, because all of a sudden you've got this power that you're like, you know what? We're going to get to the nitty gritty. I don't care how far we have to go. I don't care how dark it is. I don't care how scary it is. I am going to move that out of my sphere. I am going to XYZ, right? So you're doing a great job, and I love you, and I hope that's helpful. Now, what I do want to go back to one very quick is, in that reaping what is sown with the rabbit, I just keep hearing you've got to have multiple streams or multiple streams of income. And what I see is how rabbits, a lot of people think that rabbits have just one burrow in the ground. They and mice and rats make up most of the prey, like 95% of the prey animals for other animals to feed on in the woods and in the forest, right? It's so sad. But to keep the species going, they've evolved. Oh, y'all, that's my chihuahua. That's not me making those sounds. They've evolved over time, and they have ginormous litters. The other thing that they do is they make these intricate tunnels all through wherever they live, so that they can scurry down into their burrow and pop out the other way if they need to and throw a predator off the scent. So I don't feel like you're doing that for survival purposes, the multiple thing. I just, maybe you decide to get, I don't know. I'm not really sure what that, I don't know, like multiple disciplines within the same job, or like multiple job titles within the same job kind of thing. Or you just move up very quickly. So you're like, I'm here. I have seen that before with the Seven of Pentacles. So we can talk about it later. But for now, look up rabbit, look up owl, look up the moon, and look up the Seven of Pentacles. I love you. Italian food soon, or Indian food soon. Yes, with mom. Okay. Yes. Excellent. All right. Let me get back to this. And you guys, if you'll, Teapot, I don't want to spring this on you, but I don't mind staying longer to get to everybody that I can. And if you have to go and don't want to stay, I totally get that. Okay. Emily Ackerson. All right. Love you too, kiddo. Now I'm curious. I gotta hear, girl, you gotta spill the tea. I'm curious about what's all going on there. Hey, Molly Montgomery. I'm so glad you came back tonight. Y'all, oh my God, Catherine Windsor, how are you? Y'all, Catherine Windsor, I love everybody. I do. I love all my wild pack. And Catherine Windsor has literal angel wings. Literal angel wings. She tries to hide them under her clothes, but she truly is a fairy princess. Angel princess. She's like a Disney movie, y'all. And she really is like that. Catherine Windsor is a Disney princess with angel wings. That's how I describe her. Hey, Emily Ackerson. How are you, honey? Aw, thank you, Dawn. Okay. All right, so... Oh, Lordy, help me, bejeebus. Okay, Emily Ackerson. Wow, you must have a lot going on, because it's like these cards stuck together, and they never do that. So I'm thinking maybe we should go to Vegas. So let me look at these and see what story they're telling. Em, are you feeling disjointed lately? Are you feeling like everything is like a separate thing? That it's not a flow going on. I'm trying to describe it like, let's say you sat down to dinner, and on the table was like Oh, you have a ton. You have a ton going on. Okay. I would say that it's like if you sit down to a dinner table, and over here is like pasta Alfredo, but over here is like um, a kimchi, which is fermented cabbage, and then over here is like what did I see the other day? Licorice ice cream. Never, ever, ever. But it was licorice ice cream. So it's all food, and maybe you love all three dishes, but as a meal, they're completely disjointed. And I feel like you've got a lot of disjointed stuff going on in everything you have going on. It's not flowing quite as it should be. And that is where the Chariot card comes in. So the Chariot card, it looks like this old boy is, driving these horses forward, in this beautiful golden chariot. But hey, Deanna, but when you really take a look at that card, that tarot card, the charioteer has got his hands on the side of the chariot. There are no reins going to those horses. He's using mind. He's using the power of his mind to steer the chariot to victory and to tell the horses where to go, how to go, that kind of thing. There you go. So Emily says, you feel like your life is falling apart and coming together all at the same time. Okay, so you get the dinner analogy, right? Okay, perfect. So all that said, all of that said, I just, you've got to use the power of your mind to bring cohesiveness, to bring flow, to bring it all together. And you've got to be the charioteer. I feel like you are standing by and you're waiting on someone else to take the reins or kind of something like that. That's not going to happen. And even if it did happen, that's not the best choice of the person to steer the chariot. It's just not. There's nothing wrong with this other person. I'm not casting aspersions on this person. I'm not demeaning this person. I'm just saying that at this point in time in y'all's life, you've got to be the one to step up to the plate. Bada, 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 swing! And there you have it, right? Okay. So all of that said, I feel like... I don't know why I feel like this. Y'all, when I say I feel like or I think, I'm not passing an opinion. I'm literally, that's how I communicate from spirit. They send emotions. I'm a feeling person. Triple Scorpio, lots of water, right? Eels are straight up masculine energy. Period in a story. And this is more a eel, right? But you look at the cheesy grin on his face and he's like, there's something about a male energy in your life. Like you just gotta love him because he is kind of cartoony like sometimes. But this is the time for this person to step up to the plate. And be just be more of what you need. And again, I'm not casting aspersions. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. For those of you just joining, this is tonight, my readings are always free, but occasionally I run a charity event where I raise money for the different animal places that I work, that I support and that I go and volunteer at, or whatever I do with them, right? And this time it's Mystic Jungle. They're about an hour from me, way up in Lake City, and a tornado ripped through them over the weekend. A tornado, y'all, and did probably $25,000 or $30,000 worth of damage. And it's they don't get giant corporate donors and that kind of thing. So this is a huge deal for them. And every solitary second or cent really matters to them. So there we go. Okay, so back, Emily, I'm going to rip through the rest of these cards pretty quickly because I don't remember the last time I had so many cards come out. It was like they were stuck together with glue. Emily, I feel like there is a person around you, or a person around you that you're very concerned about their longevity. you're concerned that something might take them. Does this make sense? I I Oh, got it. Oh, got it. Okay. I'm with you. Okay, Molly. I don't okay. I don't Are you is there some reason that you're afraid that there's going to be some drama with the delivering the baby? Will the baby be healthful, healthy, that kind of thing? Because got it. Okay. So stop worrying. It's okay. It's really okay. It's really okay. It will be fine. And I just Emily, do you want to open an animal sanctuary? Like if you had all the money that ever, would one of the first things you would do with that money be open an animal sanctuary? You can answer me. I'm gonna move on, but wow, that is craziness. Okay, I I would not be surprised if you got heavily involved with animal rescue in some way. It doesn't have to be a sanctuary that you own, but in some way. Um, wow, Emily. Okay, so this is like super personal, Emily. I'm gonna say it as non-personal as it can be, if that makes any sense. I don't know so much about you, Emily. So I would tell you that what these animals are telling me, unicorn and butterfly, is you've got some real baggage that you're carrying from past choices that you've made. And you're really doubting yourself as being worthy or a good person or a good girl. There's something I just keep hearing. She thinks of herself. Holy cow, Deanna, thank you so much. Um, I feel like there's a part of you that feels like you're damaged goods. And you could not be more wrong. So wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. The thing is when you take a look at unicorn, one of the most beautiful parts I think of unicorn legend and lore, just in terms of animal symbolism, is everywhere that a unicorn would tap their hoof, a pure well of magical water would spring up. And I I I just feel like you, you don't I don't want to say you don't have a choice, because what do I always say? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild. Like, that comes out of my mouth every 10 minutes. But you have to make the choice to see yourself in a better light, in a to know that whatever your past choices were, okay, they're in the past, and maybe some of them weren't so great. I feel pretty confident that a lot of people have done that. Are you kidding me, Triple Scorpio? I got myself into a world of hooey about every time I turned around. With my bad temper and my smart mouth, I was always getting into some kind of trouble, right? And what are Scorpios? We're all about death and rebirth, death and rebirth. So I was always up for a fight, always. Thank goodness I'm not like that now. I have healed myself. But what I'm saying is, you have got to get past that. You've got to sit down with yourself and go, you know what? No matter what happened, no matter what I did, no matter the choices I made, I know that I'm a good person. I'm a pure person. And yes, those were choices, but in my heart, I I don't even know why I did those things or said those things, because it's not how I feel. It's not how I felt. It's not what I intended. and then work um, work through your butterfly phase, right? And there will be a point that you'll go into a cocoon. Just remember that a cocoon is not a jail. It's not a trap. It's not something, um, it's not something that takes away your freedom. It's just a place you go and rest before you emerge and, and be your regular beautiful self. So I hope that's very helpful. And, I hope that's very helpful. So yes. I'm sorry, y'all. I was listening for one more thing. Is one of your dogs pregnant? I feel like. Is one of your dogs pregnant? I am hearing something about pregnancy in a dog, too. Oh. I hope that's helpful. You guys want to take a second? Vanessa Cepeda. I am from the Deep South. Well, welcome. It's good to meet you. Okay. So, Vanessa is the vice chairman of Diogenes, Doggies Backyard Rescue. I love that. It's an animal shelter in Wayne County, Mississippi. It serves a handful of towns and dozens of communities. It's the only local animal shelter? Oh my gosh. Located in Buckatuna, Mississippi. Y'all, I've been all over this country. When I was doing stand-up comedy, I've been to every backwater town you ever hope to see. But I've never heard of Buckatuna. I gotta look that up. So, Vanessa, would you email me, Bernadette, at whatismyspiritanimal.com, whatismyspiritanimal.com, and let's connect. There, we might can do a fundraiser for y'all at some point too. Well, let me just announce it now. I don't know why I only do fundraisers when there's an emergency. That's maybe the most narrow decision I've ever made in my life. So I'm going to start doing fundraisers once a month, maybe for a couple of days once a month, and pick an animal shelter or animal operation or whatever for it to go to and spread the love around. So, so it's good to meet you, Vanessa. Thank you so much. Okay. So, it's not an accident, Kim Dennis. As I always say, these readings are for everybody. There are going to be at least 10 or 15 of you guys that are going to totally resonate what's being told to you. Totally resonate. So, Emily, I hear you say that all your animals are spayed and neutered. Do not be surprised if here shortly wanders up a pregnant mama dog, and here's what I'm going to tell you. You have to let her stay. I'm not saying to let all her puppies stay. There was a day that I would have. But there's something very special about this mama dog. You've got to keep her, and you've got to see her through her pregnancy. You heard it here first. So let me know when that helped. All right. So I'm moving on, and I am now with Angie. Angie, I hope you're still here. Angie Mayo, who went to Italy without me. I'm teasing. I couldn't go. Not like I didn't want to. Who wants to go on a Harry Potter cruise? That is my thing. I'm dying to go on a Harry Potter. Angie! My beautiful sister. All right, Angie, I'm setting the intention of just what really will speak to you at this time, because interestingly, Angie, I feel like, I know you, so in my Bernadette mind, I would have thought that, you're at such a place of peace and balance and happiness. I wouldn't have thought that you had too very much on your mind, but my brain feels like it's the hamster in a wheel, and it's not because I've had 9 gallons of tea today. It's only when I started stepping into your energy, and you're plotting and planning something for the future. that I don't know that you've told anybody. I know you haven't told me because it's a plan. It's a thing. Come on, Keith, let's go on a Harry Potter cruise. Hey. Aw, hey 5 at 5. I know I got a whole new setup. I want to turn into a real YouTuber, right? So I bought like a camera that's HD and blah blah blah. It's like top of the line. A friend of mine's a photog and a lighting guy, and he came in and he set up all my lights everywhere, and I got rid of what was back there, and I got a bookshelf, and yeah. So anyway, ¿cómo estás, Cosme? ¿Cómo estás, mija? Hexa, you can donate through the super chat button. Thank you, 5 at 5. Or you can go straight to Stephine. I don't know what you're asking me. If I'm good, thank you. 5 after 5. Thank you. I don't know what you're asking me if I'm okay with. I don't know. So let me know again. Maybe Facebook me. I can see Facebook. So sorry, Angie, let me get back to you, but I just feel like you've got plans that you're hatching, that you're hatching them. Again, you haven't told anybody. Am I in your energy? Can you let me know if that's... Heck yeah. Anybody that wants to go on the cruise can go on the cruise. If I decide to go, I'll tell everybody and we can all go together. You know, a Zoom really would be good, and I promise... I know, Angie, she's like, not really. She's going to be my no person for tonight. Let me try another way to describe this. Okay, Angie, you know that we always joke about buying a town in Italy because they're really cheap right now, or just buying a house in Italy and, you know, making it a second home or whatever. Okay, it's an investment. There's something investment-wise that you're thinking. Oh, thank you, Francieps. Thank you. I know that's not how you pronounce your name, but that's what I got. There's something like that. Or if there's not, let's pretend that it's not happening at this moment. It's fixing to happen. My Southern is showing. It's fixing to happen. That sounds so psychic, doesn't it? So I would tell you that when it happens, you got to snatch it and you've got to run with it and do your due diligence. But all I can see you doing is holding this like victor's banner and running to the finish line, and you're just like this big victor because of this. I'm sure you're like, what, Bernadette? But I'm telling you, I'm telling you now, it's business. It is, let me get away from business. It's investment. And you got to do it. You've just got to do it. You've got to push through and you've got to do it. It's going to be so amazing. Okay, now I'm going to flip some cards because that's the psychic part. That's a moth. That's very interesting. I never have moths in my house. So, Angie, I'm going to go with that's a message from the animal allies. And moths are all about lunar energy. They're about nighttime. They're about death and rebirth. And if you've ever seen those ginormous, gorgeous lunar moths, holy guacamole. And so there's something about... Okay. There's something about moonlight and romance and see, I know you, so I want to be sure that this is the right message, but I don't have moths in my house. And I don't know if you guys saw that little fairy princess moth. Bloop, 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 bloop. But I don't know. I there's just something about that. Now, I know you, and I know what you're looking for, and I know what you want. I don't know that it's happened yet. I don't think it has, but I do feel that you are more in a direction to being open and receiving than you have been in a long time. And that energy is going to draw in exactly what you're looking for. There's something in you that's shifted, and all I can hear is moonlight and roses, moonlight and roses, moonlight and roses. And so do not be surprised when you run whap right into that person. Like, it's so vivid in my mind because I'm a seller out. Angie Mayo is like that tall. She's maybe as tall as Jiminy Cricket. So you would be whammo, like bonk right into this person's chest, and there they are. So again, you know, if these things are not like the right now, I'm telling you, they are right around the corner. Literally right around the corner. All right, no, yes. I don't know what no was for. I don't know what yes was for, but okay. So now I'm just going to flip some cards. I'm going to get out of the psychic thing. Okay. Y'all, this card came out earlier. This is the Magician card. It's the Raven card. It is the absolute witch, Wiccan, pagan, druid. This is the card. The magic workers. And this would not be a card that I would think would come out for you, Angie, ever, because I know you. But I'm thrilled to see it come out for you, because just everything that I was just blabbing, and you're like, nope, 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 nope. It's the magic. It is, you are the magician. You are drawing down the moon. You are drawing down the moonlight and roses. You are doing your own spell work in your own way. You are mixing herbs in your own way. You're mixing the magic. You're creating the magic in your own way. You may not be aware of it at all, because that may not be like how you see what you're doing. You're just doing it like by instinct. You're just doing this stuff. But energetically, what you're sending out there and how it's boomeranging back to you, maybe you don't notice it yet, but it's there in spades. And again, I'm going to go back to the investment, the moonlight and roses. It's almost like in Practical Magic, when she writes down every single thing she wants in a guy, and there poof shows up that, like, you know, this guy. Let me tell you something, it works. It really works. And so whatever you're doing is working. That's all I can say. And I don't know that ravens or crows are your favorite animal, but you certainly could learn something from them right now. And it certainly could not hurt you to look up the Magician Tarot card. It might seem foreign to you, but if you take its components and you break it down and apply it to how your life is, you're going to see a lot of similarities and a lot of ways to go that will, it's just, all I see is this trajectory. It's not like taking off like a rocket, but it's a steady climb, a steady climb, a steady climb, and always up and always up and always up. And you're actually going to end up in a place that you just can't even believe, because it may be even more than you've ever uttered to anybody that you dream of. I'm telling you, there are some fantastic things coming. I love you. Pasta or Indian soon. I'm moving on. Okay. All right. So Senna, I see that Teapot told you I'd have to make a decision, but I don't know what that decision is. So can you please, could you please put it in the chat again, whatever your question is? And I am now moving on to Kelly, Brandy Kelly. Brandy Kelly, I hope you're still here. Brandy Kelly, I hope you're still here. Brandy Kelly, Kelly. Brandy Kelly. All right. I'm staying after you guys. Teapot, I will totally understand if you can't stay. This is very late for you, but I'd like to try to get through everybody. And it looks like, Linda, I can get, oh, wowzer. Okay, Linda, I love you, and I'm really hoping I can get to you later. Actually, oh shoot, I may not make it through everybody tonight. So let me just ask really quickly, Brandy Kelly, are you still here? Oh yeah, yeah, they can pay the $9.99. I'm not going to hold anybody hostage for a cent. I'll chip in. I got a penny cup on my desk, but thanks for asking. That's really sweet. Okay, so Danielle Sharkey, I'm not sure what to do about the $2. It's $10 for 5 minutes. So, you know, I can flip like one card for you if that'll be all right. And then Jasmine is 20, so that's 10 minutes. Oh, Lorty. Okay. So, Gypsy Nana, Stephine, Sylvie, and Linda, would you all be okay? I know, Don, I'm going to have to read you for like a half a day to catch up with everything you've donated, and then you've never let me schedule a reading with you. I'm going to stalk you on Facebook, dude. Okay. And Senna, anybody else that's put their money in, would you mind, like Hexa, would you mind terribly? Francie Epps, you did 20. Okay. I got to cry, Uncle. I don't think I can get to everybody today. I'm so sorry. 5 at 5, did you donate? Because 5 at 5 tonight is about $10 for 5 minutes. I'm doing a fundraiser for Mystic Animal Charity. And if you donate $10, I will absolutely schedule you and get to you. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Oh, God, Gypsy Nana, thank you guys so much. So you all know me, and I'm so very grateful to my wild pack. I have been mostly MIA for about the last 5 months due to a lot of different things, but I am back, and I'm back. I am back. So, okay, cool. Okay. Well, 5 at 5, my readings are normally free, but this is an emergency situation for this animal rehab and rescue. And so that's why I'm charging. 100% of the money goes to them. I'm not keeping any of it. And I'm even eating all of the processing fees. So, which have just gone up recently. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to get to Brandy Kelly right now. Brandy, thank you, Sylvie. Thank you. Hey guys, you like this shirt? I got it at, I saw a lot of people. Oh, Deanna, thank you. Okay, so listen, y'all that I cannot get to tonight. So I'm going to do Danielle Sharkey. No, I'm going to do Brandy Kelly. If she's still here, Brandy, got to tell me you're still here. And then I'll flip one card for Danielle Sharkey for her donation. And then I'm going to have to call it at that because Jasmine Savidra. Hey, honey, by the way, thank you. Welcome back. She did 20, which is 10 minutes. So what I'm looking for is Jasmine, Gypsy Nana, Stephine, Sylvie, and Linda. If y'all will email me, I'll get you set up right away. And then there are other names in there like Dawn, we'll catch you. Oh, good, Brandy. Thank you. I'm glad you're still here. And Francie Epps, if y'all will email me, then I will get to you. We'll just, and Catherine Windsor. Hey, Jetta Joe, can you put these new people on the list, please, in Facebook? And Hexa. Ooh. Aw, Hexa, you're sweet. You're very sweet, but I'll do your reading. Of course I will. Okay, so all that said, I still want to double down. Okay, well, this is interesting. Brandy Kelly. This is a super interesting card. I'll tell you why in a minute. But the 3 of Cups has come out. And you'll notice 3 penguins standing there. And sorry, y'all, my desk just started to vibrate, and there's no reason for that. Whoa, holy cow. Whoa, holy cow. Okay, in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, let me turn on my timer. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Three of Cups is women standing, or they've got their arms encircled, they're standing up, they're dancing a dance of celebration, they've got these golden chalices in their hand, and it's about dream work, teamwork makes the dream work, putting together your clan, putting together your peeps, and it's going to be a celebration. It's all going to be great. Whatever you all are cooking up together is just going to be fantastic because you're working with your soul group. Now, why that is important at the moment is I have been telling people for some months that I have a super secret project that I'm working on. And by fall, I'll be able to talk about it. But there was a period of time when I was sucking wind. I was like, can I do this? Really? Why am I being called to do this? Can I do it? Oh my God. I don't think it's going to work. I mean, I was just despondent and confused and I just wasn't in a place of trust, which is really weird for me because in all my years of all the things I've ever done, Spirit puts a wild hair, in me, and I'm like off to the races. I don't ever consider, can I not do something? That is very foreign to me. So consequently, since that all started, every single time I flip a card, every single time that I go to a friend of mine to get some clarity on something who's also a reader, or a few friends of mine, dang it if they do not flip this card. So interestingly enough, there are two people, me and another person, that are partners in this project, and we think, based on just how this keeps coming out, there is going to be a third party involved and be, just as much, be that other part of the tripod. And I think I know who that is. I'm not 100% sure. What this has to do with you is, because this card has been coming out for me personally for months, like over and over and over and over and over again, it has ceased coming out for other people, except for very occasionally when there's something big that they want, that they're planning, that they're wishing for. And I always say, please don't want, please don't wish, please don't hope, please don't dream. That's putting the power of your receiving what it is that you want into someone else's hands. Choosing is what you do. You make the choice to have this, to do this, to be this, and then you don't have to want, wish, hope, and dream, and hope that it comes, or wish that some outside force brings it in, or dream about it like, oh, it's just a dream. It doesn't have to be, because when I announce this project, people are going to look at me like I've lost my dang mind. I'm telling you now, they're going to go, Mama Bear's, Mama Bear. Mama Bear. And they're going to try to talk sense into me, and I'm going to go on about my merry business anyway. What this has to do with you is, there is something. Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome, Molly. Listen, I'll look big and tough, and I really kind of am. I'm the person you want on your side if you need help. But really inside, I cry at the drop of a hat, depending on what it is. It usually has to do with kids, animals, people being the underdog. That, oy vey, I can't stand it. So anyway, so I hope this is making sense to you, because whatever this thing is that is a dream for you, Brandy, or you're wishing, or you're wanting, or you're hoping, you simply have to make the choice. That's all you have to do. It's already a done deal in the eyes of the universe. Or if you study God, the goddess, all that is, Buddha, I don't know, yourself, whatever it is, it's already a done deal. You just have to choose to step into that place. And no doubt it will look like, oh God, can I do that? But you can, and you should. And I almost never tell people they should, because it's not an opinion. It's what I'm hearing from spirit. Now, in fairness, I also saw your next card. Y'all remember earlier when I was talking about the Nine of Pentacles? And there it is. Well, I was talking about the White Peacock. So in my deck, in the Archanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, which is my deck, the White Peacock is indeed another white animal that's associated with angelic presence, angelic help, divinity. And there you have it. She is the Nine of Pentacles, because in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the Nine of Pentacles is this gorgeous woman. She's standing there with a falcon on her hand, and she just reeks of regal wealth, of great knowledge. She's just a very stately figure. And that's the independent business card for me. The independent woman business card. Every time this card comes, I'm like, oh, you want to own your own business, or you already do own your own business, or you're going to own your own business. And when you start coupling these two cards together, I don't know what it is that you're cooking up over there, Brandy, but please cook it at a hotter, faster rate, please, and thank you very much, because it's going to be crazy good, crazy good, if you make the choice to do it. And I'm going to tell you, I am not telling you this because I recently have experienced the same kind of thing. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, you're really, maybe even for the first time, going to be like, ooh, that's big. Can I really do it? I want to say for one last time, yes, you can. Here's who will support you in that. If you will, please and thank you, work with White Peacock energy, the Nine of Cups in particular. I would end the Three of Cups, and they're all they are all feminine cards. There are three women in the Three of Cups. There's one woman. So there's something about girl power that is part of this. And I would even tell you to start sleeping, in particular with the White of Pentacles, either under your pillow, in your pillowcase, right by your bed, but keep her where you can touch her, where you can look at her, where she can be close to you, right? Close to you. Bop, 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 bop. Yes, I love the Carpenters, and yes, I'm that old to know them and love them. Okay, so Danielle Sharkey, I hope you're still here. I am pulling one card for your donation. I appreciate it. Every dollar helps. Chris Richardson, are you talking to me? I love you no matter what. What did I do that you have to say I love you no matter what? All right, hold on. Man, that's all. Listen here, Brandy Kelly. You got so dang much energy coming off of you. I'm having to slough it off my hands, off my deck. Dang. Okay. Okay. This is, wow, I wouldn't have expected this. Okay, Danielle Sharkey, I hope you're still here. And so I would tell you that when anyone gets the cheetah card, it comes from the moms and babies portion of the moms and babies portion of the arc. And I want to tell this story very quickly for everybody, because there's an old legend that says that the cheetah got its long tears from way back from when a cheetah mom had kittens, and there was unrest in the village, and due to a war that broke out, or some kind of skirmish that broke out, she went on a hunt. And it's a sad story. She came back, her kittens were gone, and, they did not meet a good end. And she cried those tears, and they were so profound that they caused those tears running out of her eyes. And I have to tell you, after having been around a fair number of big cats in my lifetime, I don't think I've ever seen a cat, a cheetah, with a look on their face that, yes, I understand I'm assigning human emotion to it. I get that. I do. My choice to do so. They just don't ever seem to have that kitten joyous thing about them. There always seems to be a little bit of a sadness or a depression with cheetahs, and that was way before I had that opinion, way before I ever heard of that story ever. So when I see this card come, I know that it is I know that there's some kind of sadness deep inside. Maybe you carry around a low grade depression, but the time for you to speed out of that is right now, and you cannot move fast enough. Cheetahs are some of the fastest animals on earth, and if I were an artist, I bet I could draw you, and all I can see is you booking it down the African, the Sahara, right? Boof, 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 boof. The Pride Lands. And it's like you're racing this sadness, you're racing this depression, but you outrun it. You really do outrun it. Or some time of negativity, right? Or some kind of negativity. And it's time for you to move out. So I hope that's helpful to you. I know that's kind of heavy duty, but just a minute or two. Okay, Teapot, if you're okay, I'll go ahead. Jasmine Savidra, are you still here? Jasmine, hit me up really right now this minute in the chat so I can be sure you're still here. And then we'll call it at Jasmine. And then the rest of you can Facebook me, you can email me. Oh, good. Jasmine, all right, I'm going to go on to your reading. Y'all, I am so very grateful for your kindness and your donations and your patience. We can't possibly have too many donations. I have pledged I will get to everybody. The last time I did this for Mosiso Farms, I read like another 30 people after the whole week of fundraisers that we did. It was no joke. So, okay, thanks, Teapot. You are a doll baby, as always. Okay, so if you want to donate, tell Teapot in the chat where you donated. Some people are donating through my PayPal app. Some people are donating directly to the sanctuary, to Mystic Jungle, and some people are donating using the Super Chat. I don't care where you donate. I just have to know that you did, and I have to know how much, and then you have to email me, Bernadette@whatismyspiritanimal.com, Bernadette@whatismyspiritanimal.com, or find me on Facebook, or, it's not like I'm not visible on the internet, so you can find me. So thank you. All right, Jasmine. Jasmine, can you tell me, do you feel like right now in your life, one of the things you could use most is just a big, sincere hug? Just a soft place to land? Well, it would be like a mama bear hug. I mean, I don't appreciate all the weight I've gained from all these stupid medications I'm on. But fluffy people do make really good huggers. So I just feel like you could really use a big hug. Does this make sense to you? All right, I'm going to move on, but I'm looking. Yes, definitely. Okay. All right, I'm in your. Really? Really? All right, Jasmine. Listen, sister. I just shuffled the deck, and here it comes again. Here you come again. That's my best Dolly Parton impression. Look about it, everybody has it right. Anyway, she sounds like one of the Chipmunks sometimes. I love Dolly Parton. I really do. I have all of her music, but sometimes it's a little chipmunky. White Peacock, and the Nine of Pentacles. Didn't we just talk about this? We just talked about this. So what's super interesting is the next card is the Empress, the cow. So between you And Brandy Kelly, maybe y'all should get together and do a business together or something, because the connection of the cards reading to reading is no joke. Now, I am not telling you to go out and meet Brandy or Brandy to meet you and you guys go into business together. What I am telling you is honest to goodness, I am sending you the biggest energetic hug that I can send you, because all I can see for you right now, Jasmine, is you're on a roller coaster and you finally chook, 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 chook. You know how they like make it dramatic getting up to the top, and then you got to pause at the top and everybody's going to look down and go, take me off of this thing. Whee! There it goes. That's what's happening. There is something going on in your life where it has taken you a little bit to chug up to the top of that roller coaster ride, and you're looking down right now and you're going, ah! But keep your eyes open. Go down that hill that makes you feel like you're going to get flung off that dang thing, into outer space. Because it's not about the height. Well, it kind of is about the height, but not in the way you think. But it is about the speed. It's about the momentum. It's about once you start going down that hill or that mountain, I just feel like time is going to speed up for you, and whatever this is that you are wanting to do, to create, to be, Jasmine, I'm telling you right now, if you'll go fast enough, like with Brandy, it was like she's got to make the choice. But for you, you've got to speed yourself up. You can't, you know what? I'm just going to tell you guys, no joke. Believe it or not, there's a new show on television called Ghosts. And it's a long story why it's been 10 years. But for about 10 years, I've been writing another story with my sister that is almost exactly the same, but not quite. They weren't in pictures. And I kept saying, we've got to get this done. We've got to get this done. We've got to get it done. And then, life gets in the way and, blah, 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 blah. And I wasn't working in Hollywood anymore. So I was committed, but I wasn't. And I kept telling her, somebody is going to come up with something like this. And I'm telling you, that will be the end of this. We'll never have a chance of. And it's excellent. It is excellent. I almost had a heart attack when I saw that show that had been very successful in England and is doing crazy good here in the States because it's good. Who can argue that? But that was a lost opportunity for me and for my sister. That's our bad. That's what I'm trying to tell you is you've got some hell of a kind of opportunity, some like first to market, first mover advantage. That's what they call it. But you've got to get there right now. Hi, Robin. This is Georgie the pirate cat. So, I can't encourage you enough. No one wants to see that, Georgie. That's rude. Come on over here. Come on. So, for what you want to create, for what you want to do, I don't know that there could be two better cards. The Empress card, and when you're talking about cow energy, cow is she's the earth mother. She's Gaia. She's all women who've ever been, all feminine energy that's ever been, that ever will be. And that is about fertility. That is about everything around you in your sphere just blossoms, and it's healthy, and it's vibrant, and it's fulfilled, and it's healthy. So if you're willing to tell us what you're scheming up over there, that would be awesome, because it's happening, and don't think it's not. But that's only if you'll move fast enough. All right. So there you go. Oh, happy new moon, Teresa. So there's that part. Now let me move on to the other part. I feel like, okay, Jasmine, when I go in to step into your, what's up? Okay. When I go into your energy, I I I've got chills. I feel chilled and kind of like chilled. And I'm feeling like there is, yep, there you go. All right, there you go. Jasmine. Yeah, women's circles, nature retreats, nature and forest therapy. Jasmine, have we had a conversation about nature and forest therapy guiding? Have we had that conversation? I'm obsessed with that. Totally want to do it. Okay. All right, listen, I'm going to say this again, you guys. Somebody is out there doing magic right now, and their cat is either by them or it's part of the magic. I've had Georgie for over a year. He never, ever does this. Ever. Ever. He's never all up in my stuff when I'm broadcasting and all that. He's never. So somebody out there has drawn his energy. Make sure it's a nice spell. No dark magic around here. Okay. So where I'm feeling crunchy, Jasmine, is in your personal life. Are you having some personal drama at the moment that might have to do with romance, or I kind of feel like, so I'm on the fence of whether it's romance or family, but I think that's because when you are romantically involved with someone, they're not separate from your family. You really do see them and experience them as family. Okay, yes. All right, you are experiencing drama. You are experiencing drama. Okay. Well, here's the thing. With the drama that's going on, normally I would get a message that, I don't know that this is going to work out. But I do feel like it's going to work out. But you're going to have to sacrifice part of you forever. Meaning, for whatever this is, with whoever this is working out, I will tell you that okay, let's say that you have a dangerous career. Let's say that you're a police officer or fireman or in the military or something like that, right? Okay. And it puts you in harm's way, and your partner, your husband, your wife, your whatever, really would prefer that you left that profession, but that profession is who you are, and you have a really tough time imagining not being that person doing that job. But for your partner, your wife, your husband, whatever label you want to give it, you do leave that, and you decide, I'll be happy in life because I'm choosing to be, but you will never be as fulfilled or as happy as you could be if you had not sacrificed that part of yourself. So I will tell you that it's a choice you'll have to make, and I hope you make the one that will ultimately bring you the most joy, because it's like, whoever this is, let's say you cut them out of your life, family, lover that's family, partner, you get it. Well, it's six one, half dozen the other. There will always be a part of you that will mourn that relationship, but it would be easier on you long term to do that mourning than it would to shut down an important piece of yourself, a vital part of yourself. You know what I mean? So I don't advise that. I really don't advise that at all. I would advise you, meaning, yeah, you feel this in your heart, right? So when I say I would advise you, I always say, when something is not psychic and something is opinion, or now this is Mama Bear talking and not, not the woo woo. This time it is all woo woo. It's like, I don't advise that, because something tells me that down the road you would have to be this person's caretaker. There's something I don't know if it's mental, like emotional, mental. I just feel it all up in here. And you would end up really, for all intents and purposes, being this person's caregiver. Okay. So that is, hold on. I want to just flip one last card, and then we're going to call it for the evening. So what I'm setting the intention for, Jasmine, is the card that is going to help you the most, to support you the most, to motivate you, to inspire you the most. And I will be doggone, you saw me shuffle these cards. Okay, I'm going to pull one from the top, and I'm going to pull one from the bottom. Empress came up again. But now here's something interesting. Alligator. And that's the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is just a snappy little lad. Although in some decks, it's not a boy at all. It's a girl that is the Page of Cups. And I would tell you that there's something, alligators and crocodiles are wholly unchanged from pretty much dinosaur times. I mean, they are essentially dinosaurs. Period. Not even essentially. They're dinosaurs, y'all. And that tells me that as you work with the Empress and you decide that you are the Empress, which will take you to an entirely different plateau of power, of feminine power, you're going to want to start working with the ancients. You're going to want to start working with the ancestors. And so when you're doing your forest therapy and you're doing your nature walk in your women's circle, take that deep dive into ancient wisdom and be able to offer that to everybody you're talking to, because I just felt my stomach go, oh my gosh, in a good way, because all of a sudden I was in one of your forest therapy walks and you said something that came from an ancient text or an ancient teaching or a whatever. And I felt like I was there when that notion, that theory, that whatever was created. And I also felt like everybody's DNA carries that knowledge, and that, like, that was like a punch to the gut in a really good way, because it was like flipping on the switch of an engine or water or something like that. And ancient things, ancient texts, ancient thinking, ancient ways. Please look into that, because when you start offering that, you will double down. That's all I can say. So, John knows, or whatever your last name is, I have noticed you, and I am so sorry that I can't get to you today, but the readings today are not free. They're normally free. Today is a fundraiser for an animal sanctuary that got hit with a tornado. If you would like to donate $10 for a 5-minute reading, please feel free to do that. Let me know on Facebook, and I will schedule your 5 minutes like the other people that are ahead of you, and we will get you read. But for today and for tomorrow, the readings are not free. So you all, thank you so very, very, very much. I'm wow, I'm just so grateful. I know the animal allies on the other side are very happy. You've been so generous and so kind with your time and your money. I can't wait till over the next few days when we can see, how much we can actually donate to them. Remember that 100% of these proceeds go to them. I'm not taking any. I'm absorbing all of the credit card processing fees and all that kind of thing, and just writing them a check. So, I love you all so much. I'm sending a big Mama Bear hug to everybody. Always remember, Mama Bear cares. I really do. I might be crabby on a particular day because triple Scorpio, but I always care. So, as I always say, who out there already knows me and know what are we going to say? Let's say it together. I can hear you wherever you are. Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild. Good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.